So much of the nation is gripped by this Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie case. I will be honest with you, I really don't know that much about it. What do I know? Petito appeared to be a woman in her early to mid 20s. Brian Laundrie was her boyfriend. They go on a cross-country trip, and Gabby Petito never returns. I believe they found some of her remains, and the prime suspect, the boyfriend, Brian Laundrie, is still at large somewhere here, likely in the United States of America. Now, that's sort of the story. Look, people go missing all the time. Not saying it's a good thing. Should they all probably be stories? Yeah, maybe. Then again, we only have so much time. I'm not really sure why this one has gripped the nation, but that's not what I'm here to talk to you about today. I'm here to talk to you about the lawyer involved in the case. Hello everybody, my name is Joe Pometto. This is Joe the Lawyer. Here on this show, I cover legal news, legal topics, and I try to do it in a fun and interesting way. If you like my content, please like, subscribe, comment, and share. It is a free way to support the show. I know I haven't been making content for a long time. I'm trying to get back on a regular schedule, so bear with me and enjoy. So what has caught me as a practicing attorney here in Pittsburgh, PA, and I do a little bit of everything. I do family law, personal injury. I mostly do criminal defense. What caught me about the Petito story, this Gabby Petito thing, is that most of the information coming out recently about who this Brian Laundrie guy is, where he's been, what he's done, has come from an attorney. It's come from a lawyer. So if you look over here at the screen that is right next to me, right over here, all right, you're going to see at the top, Laundrie attorney, this top article. Laundrie attorney, parents don't know where he is. Next article down, Petito family lawyer to Brian Laundrie. Turn yourself in. Let's scroll through some more articles here. Brian Laundrie was at Florida campground with parents, according to lawyer. Gabby Petito's family attorney urge Brian Laundrie to surrender. Laundrie attorney says Brian's missing as Gabby Petito's, etc., etc. So what caught my eye about this story is that the information coming out is from a lawyer. And I don't know, I think that the average layperson may just assume, well, of course, it's a lawyer who's going to be funneling this information to the public and to the media. But aren't you curious as to why? Why would the parents of Brian Laundrie, because Brian Laundrie's missing, Gabby Petito is, I believe, presumed dead. I don't know if she's been verified. Why is all the information coming out from an attorney? So I don't want to talk about who the attorney is. I looked him up. His name is Stephen Bertolino. What I want to talk about is why would the parents make the choice to use an attorney? And there's a couple of reasons here. Number one, an attorney can serve as a buffer between the party involved. So here we're talking about Brian Laundrie's parents, all right? And when everything kicked off, they obviously had a lot of information, which has slowly been coming out, okay? They had information. And in order for them to trickle this information to the media, to other people who may want to know what's going on, Gabby's family, Brian's family, and to the police, the lawyer can serve as a buffer, okay, and can take some of the pressure off them rather than sitting down with the police, sitting down with the media, giving a statement in a very sort of a high-risk, high-tense, pressure-packed situation, right? If you have this attorney, it creates a buffer. It sort of puts up a shield around you, right? The attorney becomes the spokesman for the parents. The attorney becomes the person that everyone wants to or needs to talk to. In this space, this buffer between the parents, then you have the buffer, and then the information is being communicated to, okay, can filter it through. So first it creates the buffer. The second part is the filter part, okay? This attorney and lawyers hopefully are good and articulate with words and language. Let me tell you, that's what do lawyers do? They read, they write, they talk, they speak, okay, and they read and they write all day long. So lawyers tend to be wordsmiths of a sort. So you have this information goes to the lawyer, and the lawyer can sit down in a nice, calm area, perhaps the parent's home, and talk to them. What did you know about Mr. Laundrie? What did you know about Gabby Petito? What did you know about his disappearance? Where was he? What did he have on him? Etc., etc. And then he can filter out, this professional wordsmith can filter out and decide strategically what the best way is to communicate this information to the media. And in that way, it can sort of take the pressure off the parents. And this comes to my third point here. Takes the pressure off them from law enforcement, because law enforcement is going to be looking, obviously, for the person who killed poor Ms. Petito, but also if there were any accomplices or people who knew about it, because they could also be criminally liable. And if the Laundrie family sat down and said something to the police that indicated that they perhaps knew something that was happening or even assisted in it, okay, they would be incriminating themselves, and then those words could be used against them in a court of law, so to expose them to criminal liability. If you have this attorney as a buffer, as a filter, and also as someone who can keep all of the information, once the attorney-client privilege is created, keep all of the information confidential, that's the person you want to sit down and talk to. So even though these parents may not be on law enforcement's radar, okay, they're insulating, they're protecting themselves by getting a lawyer and filtering this information out. And by filtering information out sort of piecemeal, they're also, in my opinion, they're turning the pressure valve off a little bit. They're releasing, I don't want to say, they're releasing some of that pressure, so that the police may not look at them as much as suspects, but more as parents who may have some information that would be useful. Now, I don't know if the parents already sat down with the police. If they did, if they were going to, they would want to do it in the presence of their attorney. They would also want to trickle their information to the police through their attorney. It's an important function that lawyers serve in our society. When you hire an attorney, if you believe that you're under criminal investigation, I liked it. This is exactly what I tell my clients. It's going to create a bit of a force field. I'm not saying it's an impenetrable force field, but when that person's life, freedom may be on the line, they're gonna really want some sort of protection. So that's the reason that the Laundrie parents have retained an attorney. That's why we're seeing the information about Brian that the parents knew being trickled out to the media by the lawyer, because he creates this force field, this protection of confidentiality. He can change the words, fashion them in a way so that these people don't in fact hurt themselves. And this is a role that is promoted by the Constitution of the United States, and that lawyers fill, which is very important in society. For people of all walks of life, the poorest, the richest, and everybody in between deserves to have their constitutional rights protected. So is Bertolino, guys, performing an important function in the American legal system. Now, it will be interesting to see how this case develops. I'm honestly not that interested in the actual facts of the case, but I find it fascinating how lawyers play a role in these types of investigations. For Bertolino, he may or may not be getting paid a lot of money, but his profile is going to rise. So that alone probably makes it worth it for him. It is kind of a strange role. If you're the lawyer, if you're Bertolino, if a client comes to you, if they do reveal incriminating information, if they do tell you that they in fact committed a crime, or they know who did, or maybe something different happened, that lawyer, that attorney has to take that to the grave. And being trustworthy, being reliable like that is extremely important to the reputation of a lawyer. But it's a weird conflict that some people have. And that's why a lot of lawyers don't like to practice criminal law, because they don't want to know when a crime has been committed and then be in charge of protecting that information basically for the rest of their lives. All right, thank you everybody for tuning in to Joe the Lawyer. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll continue to follow this story and the lawyer's role in it, because who knows, maybe it'll get more interesting or wild down the road. If you like my content, please support the show in a completely free way. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel, like the channel, and or share these videos with other people you know who would find them interesting. Thank you very much.